Perfect.
Well, there's no doubt she's going to try her best, but will it be enough? Being Jiao, the winner just a couple of weeks ago in homeland of China. As you can see, she's only lost 11 of the 61 matches she's had. In senior level, when you bear in mind she's only 18, that is a pretty remarkable stat.
She's ranked 87 in the world at the moment, but I don't think she'll be down there for too much longer.
No, bear in mind she was 150 a couple of weeks ago.
There you go.
No, I think she's, well, let's see how she does today, but I think she's destined to be playing in the really big events in the years to come.
It won't be long until she'll be into the Super Series ranks, and I think she'll be there for a while. She's only 18 years at the moment.
There's our umpire from Jean-Philippe Burgess. Been our service
From
judge.
New Caledonia, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jiao, China. And on my left, Ohori, Japan. Jiao to serve. Level play.
Well, maybe a little glimpse of the future right here in Auckland in this semi-final. Two 18-year-olds, two very talented girls who have produced the goods at junior level, and even already, despite their age, have shown their attributes at the senior international level too. But Jiao immediately showing that in that opening point what she's about. Beautiful, timed shot to the front of the court.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a perfect example of her strengths. She's able to hit really tight cuts and angles from the back line.
Well, she left it, but it landed
Perfect.
plumb bob on the line, didn't it? Chinese coach pretty dissatisfied, just 2 points into the match, but it's perfect badminton so far from her. And not the start Ohori was wanting. I mean, it's hard, isn't it, not to notice how your opponent's been playing in recent weeks, but if she had been watching Jiao and the China Masters a couple of weeks ago, there's every right that she should be fearing, because she just wiped the floor with everyone there.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable display. I was there watching it as well. She's probably, I'm sure she's prepared. She's done her video analysis beforehand and had a look at Jiao's strengths. But there we go, on the board.
Service over. 1-3.
Yeah, they have met in the World Juniors the last 2 years, and it is one win apiece. Her won last year. Ohori took the win in 2013. Her has got great pedigree at junior level. Asian junior champion, Olympic youth champion, World Junior silver medalist. She's almost done it all, hasn't she?
3-0.
That's quite a resume for an 18-year-old already.
She beat Akane Yamaguchi as well, winning that World Youth Olympics last year. Another Japanese player who's been shining. She's only 17, Yamaguchi.
Yeah, she was the runner-up in New Zealand Open here last year.
Yeah,
I believe.
So it's over. 4-3.
Now she crossed the net there.
That's perfectly executed.
5-3.
So what can she do here, Aya, to stop her show those attributes that we've been talking about?
it's quite early to say at the moment. She's made a couple of mistakes early on, and maybe she's getting rid of some nerves, but she needs to try and play at her pace. Well, lucky, but she'll take it.
Service over, 4-5.
Yeah, take every break you can get.
Exactly, yeah.
Service over, 6-4.
Good signs early on for Jiao. She doesn't normally miss
Service
those.
over, 5-6.
No, straight games wins so far in every round for Jiao. Although yesterday she did give up a couple of match points before coming through 22-20 in the second game in her quarter-final. That's really well played by Ohori. She had to win that point twice almost, didn't she?
Pretty much. Jiao just got the first one. Managed to get it cross-court and get back in the rally, but great point from both players. Being both under pressure and able to get out of it. Eventually it was Ohori coming up with a tight drop shot to win it.
Just wide from the Japanese player there.
Service over, 7-6. 8-6.
Well, did come off, but you can see what she's trying to do here. Most of her winners are coming at the front of the court, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think ladies singlers in general, you're both trying to push the four corners as much as you can. Jiao is very, very good at that, and Ohori's going to have to do something similar to be able to come out on top.
That was a nice tight net shot from Ohori, but she missed the overhead.
Service over, 9-7.
Again, like the Indonesians and the mixed doubles, it's Ohori that just seems to be making a few more mistakes early on. It's too good again from Jiao.
So what's the umpire saying to her there?
From what I could see, it looks like she's been told not to flick her sweat off the side of the court.
Well, she got a yellow card yesterday for her shoe shuffling. So maybe that's what it's about. You know, when you rub your shoes up against the floor, she was doing it excessively apparently, and
They've got a yellow card.
she
for
got
it.
a yellow card.
Really?
Yeah, well, she was doing it obviously very consistently. But anyway, we'll come back to that issue because Jiao obviously has the interval lead here. The Chinese player take 11-7 to the good in the opening set.
Yeah, she certainly looked the more comfortable of the two so far. She's been able to control and looked under less pressure than what she's been able to put Ohori under.
And her confidence must be so high. She wins every round, straight games. She won the final at the Chinese Masters in double quick fashion.
Yeah.
She's won in straight games every match here so far. You know, your confidence just keeps building and building, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. When you're in that sort of form, everything just seems to happen exactly as they want it to.
Because there's not been that much between them, really.
No.
But
Like, I mean,
she does have a 4-point lead.
Exactly, like you said, it's 1-1 head-to-head, so
7.
Ohori is obviously well capable of beating her, but see if there's any changes after the break.
Yeah, Ohori hasn't won Asian junior gold and Olympic youth gold, but they're both world junior silver medalists.
Yeah, exactly. There's not much between them. Wow.
Now that was ridiculous, really.
That was unbelievable, yeah. You think Ohori had her under all kinds of pressure and then she can pull out something like that.
Because she played it so late.
Just casual as you like, look at that.
I think she was almost thinking, is it going to go out? And then there was a sudden switch. And then often you see that sudden switch, the player, you know, flicks it up. It's an easy put away for the opponent or puts it in the net. She found a winner.
She's just found, exactly, yeah. That corner, forehand front court for Ohori has definitely been the most successful so far. That's 2 or 3 points she scored there. So look for her to continue to put pressure on that area of the court. Broken string. Yeah.
Which is why she's now going to have to go and change her racket.
9, 12.
Talked about Yamaguchi being a runner-up here. Of course, Ohori's been a runner-up as well, and the senior level as well. That's just wide. Well left.
Service over. 13.
Ohori's won the Russian Open Grand Prix. In fact, she's won it twice.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad winning a senior event at the age of 16, is it?
No, not bad at all.
Service over. 10, 13.
She's hanging in there though.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens when it does get, if she can get it to close. I mean, like you say, Jiao's been taking everything so comfortably at the moment. I wonder how she'll respond in a pressure situation. Good.
She was in 2 minds, wasn't she, Ohori? The despair when you see it drop the wrong side bit.
Yeah. Not quite sure what she was trying to do there. Ohori, even if that does go over, Jiao was waiting right there for the net kill. But again, there's that corner. Definitely where she's having the most success.
11, 15.
Thing is, I suppose when you've done this tactically, when you're playing, you can't keep going there because otherwise the opponent knows it's going there. You have to pick the right moments.
Exactly, yeah. It's, from my limited ladies singles expertise, it's about
12, 15.
trying to drag Jiao away from that corner, put her under pressure somewhere else, and then go there.
I'm glad you said ladies singles expertise rather than ladies expertise.
Ricky, Iliando, 4 from Nevada.
Yeah, great point there from Ohori. That was really well worked.
13,
You can see she's trying to make He Bingjiao run that diagonal from her around the head corner in the rear court to her forehand in the front. She is quite hard to put off balance, and that's one way she's able to do it.
Just wide.
14, 15.
4 points in a row for Ohori. Getting tighter.
Service over, 16, 14.
Yeah, that's another warning. She's going to get another yellow card, isn't she, the way she's going?
Did you catch what that one was for?
Well, I don't know if it's the shoe shuffling again. I'm not sure.
Surely-
I didn't
surely
notice
not.
it, to be honest. Maybe just not being ready in time.
Possibly.
Service over, 15, 16.
20. Match point. 10.
And I suppose that's perfect down the line from her. I suppose
17,
the umpires and
15.
officials talk as well. And the umpire who's in the seat now probably will be aware of what happened yesterday.
So she just run it by me again. So she got a yellow card yesterday for shoe shuffling.
Yeah, it's constantly loud shoe shuffling, you know, waiting for...
That's absolutely bizarre.
But you see that a lot, you know, you watch Boa Mogensen, you know, the Danish men's doubles pair, you know.
Yeah, maybe she was trying to
delay things a little by
or
using it.
possibly, but just try the court, or gee, she missed that by a little bit.
18, 15.
She said it never happened to her before. She'd never been...
That I do believe.
Yeah, it was... Why, are you a shoe shuffler? You sound rather defensive there, Oliver.
No, not to my knowledge. No, maybe subconsciously.
22, 21, 11.
Just as she got it tight,
19,
just a few errors creeping in.
She missed that same drop shot 2 times in a row.
The winners of that mixed double semi-final will be available for autographs in about 5 minutes, just close to the main entrance of the main foyer. If you'd like autographs, please come and see the players in about 5 minutes.
Oh, shame. It was a whisker wide.
service over,
It was a winner otherwise.
16, 19.
Still, He Bingjiao with a 3-point lead at 19-16.
So game
Service
points
over.
have arrived.
20, game point.
4 of them as well for He Bingjiao. That was an excellent point. Some really good tight shots in
Service
there.
over,
He Bingjiao just showing the control that she has, both from the rear court and the front court as well.
Game.
So the netted shot from Ohori means Jiao takes the opening game 21 points to 17.
First game won by Jiao, 21-17.
Well, she was the favourite really, despite the fact that it had been 1 win each coming into this in terms of at junior level, because obviously the way she's been playing in the last few weeks. 21-17. Ohori really didn't seem to do that much wrong. This just seems a little bit extra class from her.
Yeah, absolutely. She just made a couple more mistakes than Jiao did, and that really was the difference at the end of the set. There were some good signs from her with, like I said, putting some pressure on Jiao's forehand corner in the front, and she was able to score a few points there, but she just wasn't able to sustain it. So I think game one pretty much went as most people would have expected.
It's interesting, isn't it? There's you look at the women's singles at the moment, it's almost like China's crown is slipping a little bit. You look at the Super Series events, obviously Zhushong won recently in Singapore, but that was the first win this year. Maybe there is some young
like a bit of a changing of
Chinese
the guard,
player that
possibly
might come through. It could be Jiao, particularly from what we're seeing from her in recent weeks.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, I mean, we see an All-England final this year of Saina Nehwal from India against Carolina Marin. So it was must have been the first time the Chinese hasn't been in the All-England final for a while.
And look at #1 spot in the world. Has gone to an
exactly.
Indian player, non-Chinese player for the first time since 2010. So there is some movement, isn't there?
There certainly is, yes. So perhaps they're looking for
For
someone like
1:20
Jiao
seconds,
to come forward
for 1:20 seconds.
and take those positions back for China.
Not dismissing Le and the Wangs, Li Shui and the Wangs just yet. Obviously, they've still got plenty of quality,
Yeah, they're all absolutely class players.
but it's extremely competitive, isn't it, if you're in the
Yeah.
China national squad?
Yeah, that, and I guess World Badminton in general, it's an indication of what's the few changes that have been happening over the last 5 years. That everything is just getting more and more and more competitive.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match on court 2 is Australia Crossfit. It is a men's singles semi-final. Would you please welcome
Great shot there.
Anthony Saito, your #1 seed,
In this rally from Ohori.
Service over, 1-love.
and the #3 seed from Korea, the former world #1.
Yeah, not a bad way to start the second set.
In the men's singles semi-final.
Coming with something a little bit different, a bit of deception. Maybe we'll see some more of it.
Service judge from Australia, David Turner.
Service
Again,
over,
just that exquisite touch from
1-all.
Jiao. Just making Ohori take that extra half a step, which she wasn't able to do.
Just long this time. The winner of this match will play Saina Kawakami or Jing Ganyi, who meet in the other semi-final. You would think that the Chinese player would probably be the favourite there. Kawakami, only 17, very inexperienced at this level, from Hong Kong, I should say. Jung.
Service over, 2-all.
Both players scoring a lot of their points in the front court in this encounter so far. Gee, that's a good touch.
Oh, you would have seen it there,
So
puff
it's
of the
over.
cheeks from Ohori, because
3-2.
you feel like you're doing everything right, and you still find yourself behind.
Yep, she played quite a fine net shot, and then Jiao comes along and says, I can do it better. And she did.
That's good.
Service over, 3-all.
That's good signs from Ohori. She's just changing up the rhythm a little bit, making sure Jiao's not always having to move in the same pace and the same timing, same rhythm. But she's just made a few more of those than
4,
He Bing
3.
Jiao.
And she knows she can't afford to. Her opponent's too good to do that kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. She has to work so hard to win her points, and then gives an easy one back. It can be a little bit frustrating.
Service over.
Some of her Japanese teammates there watching on, and she's putting up a fight. This one's not done and dusted just yet.
Service over. 5,
Well,
4.
just fell on the wrong side of the net as far as Ohori is concerned. No, excellent, got up high. Nonchalantly put it away.
6,
It's just a well-constructed point from He Bing Jiao. She knew where that return was coming. She'd already taken one step across to her backhand side. Was able to create pressure straight away.
Now we've got some young girls out on court, but I think that youngster we just saw sat on someone's lap. A few more years yet before we see them out on court.
Future star, perhaps.
It was great actually before this the semi-finals got underway. They had some of the local kids from the under-13 level out on court just doing some of the warm-up. It's good for them to that kind of experience.
Oh, for sure. Like, we only have the one event a year in New Zealand in a big stadium like this, so it must be exciting for them to step on court and see what it's like to play in a big arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Susan Jiao, Chinese Taipei.
Oops.
Completely bamboozled there, Ohori.
Service over.
Yeah, she had to cover the cross short there in case it came.
7, 5.
He Bing Jiao is a bit too clever. Another mistake from Ohori to give He Bing Jiao a 3-point lead.
Yeah, comfortably long from her there.
Service over. 6, 8.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah. Talking of cheap points, that's probably the cheapest of the lot.
9, 6.
Yeah, a moment of lost focus. Good speed forward there from Ohori to secure that one.
Service over. 7, 9.
Oh, she could get this, but she can't get that.
They had terrific skills from both these women.
Service over. 10, 7.
Service over, 1, 4.
Probably better just to reset the shuttle in that situation, put it high on the back line and get back into the rally.
Oh, well, She has a game lead already, and now she has
11-7
another
interval.
decent size lead at the interval, 11 points to 7. There's no stopping her, Jiao, right now. Because it's fair to say Ohori's tried a lot. Somehow she's got to try and cut out those unforced errors, those cheap points that she's giving away now and again.
Yeah, exactly. I think she's made 4 or 5 basic errors in that first 11 points, and she finds herself 4 points behind. So if she can eliminate those, it's some good sign. She's been able to win some points. It's not Jiao like making mistakes or either winning the points herself. So she has some influence. So if she can cut out those mistakes, especially after the interval, she's going to have to get close again. But there's potential there.
Well, 2 international titles for her, Jiao. Vietnam Open 2013. She won, obviously, a
11-7.
few weeks ago, despite all the other things she's won, obviously, at junior level. Right now on the verge of another final.
Another error from Ohori.
7.
Well, the thing is, I suppose, you know, it was an unforced error. It wasn't. But she's obviously trying to be so precise because she knows. Here she goes with the old shoe shuffle. Umpire was having a look. She had decided it was time to stop.
I'm still taken aback by that.
Oh,
Service
close.
over. 8.
But yeah, well, the point I was trying to say, yeah, you know you've got to be so precise, don't you, when the opponent at the other end's going to get it back if you're not.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, if you're not precise, she's going to be there to play an even better shot. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's hard to see too much perspiration on the court there. But
8. 12.
Yeah, she's obviously not happy with it. Seems to be okay now.
should be happy with that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Great shot, that.
9.
Well worked. Just a rare opportunity that was given to her by her being Jiao.
Brilliant points.
Service over. 13. 9.
Oh,
Great shot.
gave it the eyes there, didn't she? Looked one way, went the other.
14. 9.
Ohori just left rooted really to the spot. Six-point lead now.
Yeah, tired-looking defensive stroke there from Ohori.
9.
Yeah, we saw it with Kido and Pia Bernadette in the last game. The shoulder's just starting to slump now. Game down, 6 points the lead for her here now. It's a long way back, isn't it? She's going to need a lot of shots like that.
Service over. 10. 15.
You never know, sometimes when you're this far, it gives you sometimes a bit of freedom as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you've got not much to lose from this position, so she can try whatever she likes, and if it comes off, it comes off. Great shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you relax a little more and play with a little more freedom, like you say. And
15.
Suddenly your feeling gets better. Great angles.
So quick.
Service
Should,
over. 16,
lightning, aren't they, there
11.
from her?
Yeah, she just read that really nicely. It's a bit of a signature about her style, actually, is her anticipation and her court coverage.
Dominating now, Herbing Jiao, easing it would seem into the
11.
final of this New Zealand Open.
Service over.
First mistake we've seen from
12,
Herbing Jiao for a while.
17.
Service over. 10-6.
Just wide again from Ohori.
Service over. 18-12.
They're just trying to do a little bit too much with it.
Well, Lee Yong-bo was at the China Masters a couple of weeks ago. He kind of felt to be impressed firsthand in seeing the performance from Herbing Jiao. And
Service over.
obviously,
13,
I don't think he's here this week, but I'm sure he'll be watching. And she's just making herself very much one of the informed players in Chinese women's singles right now. Yeah, another delightful net shot.
Service over. 19-13.
You can always tell a classy performer because they, you look at Federer at tennis and someone like Messi at football. They make it look easy, don't they?
They certainly do. And Herbing Jiao is no different this afternoon.
That was easy.
That was, yeah.
That was too easy. 7
20.
match points for Herbing
Match
Jiao.
point, 13.
Saves one of them. Unfortunately, there's 6 more to go.
Service over. 14-20.
Last bit of resistance maybe
20.
here from Ohori.
Yeah, we've seen comebacks from 13-20 before. Not often.
I was going to say, I'll have some money with you tonight. Classy performance from Herbing Jiao. She storms into another final, and she's going to be a tough one to beat. Comprehensive win here in the New Zealand Open semi-finals. 21-17, 21-15.
Herbing Jiao.
Looking for a
21-17.
second title in 3
21-15.
weeks. Confirmation of that scoreline. Herbing Jiao storming through. Yeah, Ohori, I'm sure disappointed, but she played pretty decently, really, in that match.
Yeah, she gave it a good fight. I think it's just a little bit clear that yesterday's match certainly had an effect on her physically, and she was just never really able to secure a grip on that match today.
Yeah, she was an hour and 14 minutes on court. Of course, we mentioned already her every match, straight games, it does help, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, especially when you get to this stage of a tournament. Like, it makes a big difference. And your matches get harder and harder as you go through.
So our first finalist is found in the women's singles with Jiao from China.
So she'll face the winner of the women's singles match, Chong Gun-yi and Saina Kawakami, who are next on court 2. Men's singles match on there at the moment. And an early lead for Lee Hyun-il. Now that's the way to watch badminton, isn't it? A couple of sandwiches. I'm sure there's, I can see the odd bottle of wine there. Very nice. Well, they have a spot of lunch. We'll hear from our winner, the teenager, Hebing Zhao's with Stephen.
Hebing Zhao, at any stage during that match, did you feel that you might lose it?
在那个比赛的过程中，你有没有就是觉得有可能会输？就是也是。
Okay, let's talk about your form right now. Another final in as many weeks. You must be feeling good about how you're playing.
那你一定就是对自己就是现在的表现就是非常的满意，或者是觉得打得非常的好。
今天确实有点很满意。今天打得确实很满意。
She's very happy with her performance today.
Well, we'll see you in the final tomorrow. Congratulations.
就是明天决赛见，然后非常恭喜你今天赢得比赛。
Thank you very much.
Well, it's fair to say I think she lets her badminton do her talking for her. She wasn't full of words, but I suppose actions speak louder, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. That sort of performance is going to attract some attention from anywhere. So that was, yeah, a great performance from her this afternoon, and I'm sure she'll be a handful in the final.
So confirmation so far, China all the way. Hu and Xiao winning in the mixed doubles, and now Hebing Zhao coming through in straight games against Ohori. And well, can China do it again in the next match up, the men's singles? Bunsak Pasana trying to get in the way of Chao Bin. But really from the get-go, Hebing Zhao was in control of this women's singles semi-final. 2 18-year-olds going toe-to-toe, and we saw some nice badminton in there from Ohori, but even better from her.
Yeah, shots like that was something that she could produce almost at will this afternoon, and she just didn't look under that much pressure the whole time.
Yeah, some wonderful skills from Hebing Zhao, and really the result didn't seem in question despite Ohori's best efforts. 21-17 the first game going to the Chinese teenager, and then 21-15 in the second. And after winning in the China Masters just 2 weeks ago, she is going to be the favourite in the final, whoever she gets to play tomorrow. Hebing Zhao comfortably striding through to the final of the New Zealand Open. Keep it a smile.
Server 18-3. Server 11-18.
Okay, you can count me to the grabs if you like. I can do it to the second if you want.
Server 13-19.
I don't know whether. On the line. There, I heard. There it comes again.
Server 20, game point 13.
Yeah, but.
Semi-final won by Jiao, 21-13. Hope you're having fun here at the Sky City New Zealand Badminton Open, everyone. We want plenty of noise. Remember, live television coverage on Court 1 today and with our finals tomorrow. So make plenty of noise, support your badminton.
So Auckland witnessing 2 semi-final victories for China so far. What will we get in our third offering? The men's singles semi-final between Bunsana and Jiao. I'm sure the players as they come out might be tempted to grab a sandwich or two, or maybe on the way back.
And Thompson match of the day. Would you please make plenty of noise and welcome our players in the men's singles semi-final.
There, just behind Bunsana. An interesting match.
From the People's Republic of China, please welcome Jiao.
Obviously, Bunsana, a veteran of the game at 33, but for Jiao, these are important times. It's kind of like a second chance for him on the international stage. He has been, I suppose you could call it, out in the wilderness for a year and a half before coming back at the start of this year and winning as well in his homeland at the China International. So this will be an interesting match, I think, Oliver.
Yeah, it goes along with the theme of the afternoon so far, especially in the mixed doubles, with a bit of Asian experience against some youthful exuberance from China. And we'll be interested to see how Bunsat can cope with that. He's a strong guy. He moves well. He hits hard.
Well, Jiao here, I mean, he's not young. He's 25, but he's young in terms of experience. I mean, he's been playing international badminton for what, 5-6 years, but as I said, he had that 18-month to 2-year gap.
Exactly. I thought 25 was quite young, mate.
In badminton terms, he's fairly experienced. So you can see well-ranked 288. That's because he's not been around for a couple of years. But you can see this year he had that win at the China International Challenge.
Exactly. Yeah, he's had a good year so far, and I'm sure he's looking to build on that this afternoon. Good result here in the semi-final already.
And this is how he's got here so far. As you can see, up against the Malaysian Safadi Zulkifli, came through in 3 games there. Otherwise,